I get those goosebumps every time. Bumping into my left hand, got my right.
Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I promise it'll be worth it. Anyhow, I've been crazy busy with work these past few weeks, but what the hell, I decided to squeeze in a little video for y'all as well. I'm literally editing this at work because there's nothing better to do. It's been real quiet in here. Today we have 17 and their tats on the menu. Enjoy your meal. But before that, as always, here's just a quick disclaimer. First of all, I made this video for entertainment purposes and I do not mean to bash or make fun of the boys in any way. With or without tattoos, they are incredibly beautiful and talented, and that's the tea. We have to know that unfortunately, Korea is still quite conservative when it comes to this. So please let's not make it any harder for the guys. I always keep repeating the same thing, but it's true. It's their body, so they should have all the freedom to do whatever they want with it. And if they choose tattoos, then so be it. Also, for people who have the goddamn audacity to post nasty comments and such,
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Go to hell. We don't need you here. Thank you very much for listening to my TED Talk. And now let's finally move on to the video. Not gonna lie, doing this research was super hard. Not so much because I'm not super familiar with the group, but more so because there was barely any content. Not to mention any particularly useful resources, such as articles and stuff like that. So yeah, my shovel was really of no use. I had to grab a whole ass bulldozer to start digging deeper. I was actually kinda surprised with the results. Not gonna lie. Considering the fact that 17 is a 13-member group, I'd expect there to be more guys with ink. But no. Out of 13 members, only one guy perhaps has a permanent tattoo, my dude. I'll explain why I said perhaps later, and that is on the 2nd of June, 2017, he posted this pic on Twitter, and that was the first ever glimpse of his tattoo that we've seen. Basically, he's got a tattoo on the left side of his back/shoulder, and it's basically a dragon in the shape of an infinity sign. Okay. First of all, I'm obsessed with dragon tats and have one myself, so that's an instant 10 out of 10 for me. We don't know the exact meaning of this tat, but I'm thinking it might have something to do with his stage name maybe. I believe he said that he got this stage name because when you rotate number 8, it becomes an infinity sign, but IDK. Some fans also believe it represents the personal strength his stage name gives him. Now, at first I was 100% sure this tattoo was real. Also because the sources I used stated so, but I then came across this tweet where the OP stated it was a temporary tattoo. I actually saw that first photo before and I thought it was a little weird how his tattoo moved from his back to his front. But then I just brushed it off thinking it might have been a weird angle or something. I know, I'm dumb. Another tweet also stated it was a henna tattoo. So at that point, I was even more confused. If we look at those last two tweets, they were both posted relatively recently, and that first photo was posted in 2017. So the logical conclusion would be that people have figured it out by now. But then again, also, this. I don't know where this is from, but judging by the look of it, it seems like it's from one of their albums. Probably from a photo book. But once again, if it's real, I think it's a little off. How they would just let him pose with his tattoo without covering it up or editing it out or something. I'm looking at you. Judging by how strict Korea is when it comes to tattoos. Or maybe they only do that when the group is performing on stage. I guess it depends on the company. There are also pics from that performance where he was wearing this striped top. And technically his tattoo could have been covered by the shirt, but if I'm being honest, it would again be slightly off if he just got the exact same tattoo on the front. Even if it was fake. I mean IDK. At this point I am literally overthinking this so bad. His tattoo can also be seen in the 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷 2017 episode 0 prologue at exactly 7 minutes. But to add even more confusion and if this is real, a fan once asked him if they could talk about his tat and he replied with, "Can we talk about whether you like it?" So,
is it real? Is it fake? Does anyone know at all? If it's real, which one was real? The one on the front or the one on his back? Why won't they tell us? Why would he even say that? Does that mean it's real? But then again, it could still be fake.
please send help. And that's it. Bye. Just kidding. This would be way too short, so I figured it'd be interesting to have a look at some of their temporary/fake tattoos that they've had as well. Hola, Megan the editor here. I got some news. Turns out his tat was fake. As I was looking for some pics, I came across some rather interesting tweets. I also found a couple of photos. So yeah, as you can see, the tat is nowhere to be seen. Well, rest in peace, Dragon Tat. We will always remember you. Since we were already talking about 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷, he had some fake tattoos as well. Or at least fake, as in this time we know they were fake. Back in 2018, he got a temporary tattoo with the names of all 17 members on his forearm. On top, there was also a name of their fandom, 𝐒𝐻𝐃. Fans first spotted it back at their concert 𝐴𝐷𝐿 in Seoul in August 2018. He posted this photo on their Instagram, and apart from that, here are a couple of other highlights. He got the same exact tattoo a bit later, don't know exactly when, but still in 2018. Except this time he also added the name of the group, 17, on top. He showed it to the fans in one of their V-Live broadcasts.
그리고 세븐틴. 네. 이거 했죠. 세븐틴 캐럿 그리고 멤버. 감동이에요. 너무 멋있는 것 같아요. 이렇게.
This is honestly so freaking adorable. Another very important thingy. Allegedly 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷 said he wanted tattoos on his waist. I don't know when exactly he said this, but I found this tweet talking about it. They also included their fan art and designed his tattoo, so I decided to include it as well. All the credits go to @𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷 on Twitter respectfully. Moving on to 𝓢𝓢𝓪𝓷. Back in 2018 he had a bunch of fake tattoos at a concert, I think. Some people thought that this tat on his side/ribs was real, and I don't blame anyone. I mean, it really looked very real. But if you take a look at this very pic, you can see that it wasn't. I literally have no idea what this was. All I know is that it was some sort of writing. Maybe a quote. Apart from this one, he had a couple other ones as well, such as an arrow through a diamond on his outer forearm designed in a geometric style. Someone commented that he also had another one on the left side of his neck, a diamond, plus an unknown one on his left. Unfortunately I can't see the latter ones, but then again my eyesight is awful, so I can't guarantee anything. By the way, I believe this was back in 2016. Furthermore, our boy 𝓢𝓽𝓻 decided to go for a temporary tattoo as well, on his neck to be precise. He got a simple rose, and even though I'm not really the biggest fan of neck tattoos of any kind, I gotta say it looked amazing. Alright. I also love how simple, yet beautiful the overall design is. Hoshi is the next one on the list of peeps with temporary ? tats. Why ? Because I honestly don't know if this was a real tattoo, a fake tattoo, or something completely else. Yes, the pics are pretty good in terms of quality, but I honestly can't discern what exactly that is. It could be a scarf for all I know, or it could be a fluffy strand of material his clothes were made of. Hoshi allegedly also wanted to get a tiger tattoo on his arm, which is amazing because damn, tiger tats are fire. But according to this tweet, their CEO aka the CEO of their company, Pledis Entertainment, doesn't like tattoos, therefore he didn't get it. Now hear me out. There's nothing wrong with disliking tattoos. I mean, we all have our preferences. What ain't cool, however, is telling someone whether they should or shouldn't get inked, or worse, whether they can or can't. It literally makes me sick. So, who's going to South Korea with me to slap the dude? I'm already packing my stuff as we speak.
I will find you.
Moreover, believe it or not, Wonwoo belongs in this video as well. Back in 2019 there was a weird rumor circulating around and basically people were saying he made a reservation at a tattoo studio and then left. On the other side, there were people saying he just went there to use the restroom. I don't know what's true and what isn't, but I think we'll never know for sure. Personally, I think that's actually good because he deserves as much privacy as anyone else. Another thing I have to mention here is that in one of their fan signs, Wonwoo talked about the tattoos he'd potentially get. He mentioned that if he were to get inked, it'd probably be something related to his family or someone special and he'd get it placed on his chest. In the past, Wonwoo was also seen with a temporary tattoo at one of their concerts. In a nutshell, it was a quote on his chest and a part of it said, "Therefore I am." I may be completely wrong, but when I first saw it, it reminded me of a famous Descartes quote, "Cogito, ergo sum," that means I think, therefore I am. Another thing I'd like to mention is that very recently, in like June this year, fans noticed something that could have potentially been a tattoo on Wonwoo's side. I don't know shit, but as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't really look like a tattoo to me. I feel like it could be merely a shadow or again a thread from his clothes. But again, I might be wrong, so if that's the case, please do me a favor and call the nearest circus in your area. I'll be happy to join them. Next up is 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷 aka 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷. He also had a bunch of fake tats in the past, so here ya go. They were located on his neck, and long story short, his collection consisted of 2 olive branches, a diamond, and a pyramid. Each one stood for something, like the olive branches representing their debut, the diamond being their fans' Keros, and the pyramid being the group as a whole. 17. Other than that, he also had a somewhat similar tattoo as 𝓢𝓽𝓪𝓷 on his forearm, an arrow shot through a diamond, except that it was a bit more simple. What is more, he had another temporary tat on his upper arm, very detailed I must say. It consisted of an anchor and a boat wheel, both covered in sea waves. There was also a quote written in a fancy font, "Be the one to guide me, but never hold me down." His last temporary ink was done in a very realistic style as well and placed on his chest. It was a skull surrounded with what I believe were flowers, maybe roses, and had something on top. I'm not sure what, but it kinda looks like a clock or maybe a magnifying glass to me. Underneath, there was a caption on one of those pieces of old parchment paper. Again, I'm not 100% sure what the top caption says since it's slightly blurry, but I think it could be the name of the group. 17. On the bottom, there's a number 17 as in their group name, even though we couldn't see it fully. I think this is probably my favorite tattoo of his, because I'm just so in love with these significantly realistic, almost scary styles. My inner goth child is screaming LMAO. Last but not least, we have Hansel aka Vernon, who had 3 temporary tattoos at one point, one behind each ear, and one on his forearm. All of the tattoos were names, his parents being behind his ears, and his younger sister Sophia being on his forearm. I just gotta say it looked freaking amazing. I know this is gonna sound really biased, but look at these freaking edits, for God's sake. Dad's he would look so good with real tattoos, I mean holy smokes. But again, whatever makes him comfortable, with tattoos, without tattoos, he's amazing either way. And with that being said, we made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving my video a watch. I really appreciate it and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other ideas, suggestions or simply your thoughts, feel free to leave a comment down below. It always makes me happy when I read you guys' comments. In any case, since this freaking heat wave just won't go away, please remember to drink lots of water, stay hydrated and take good care of yourselves. I wish you a calm and carefree August and see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely crucial, monumental to the growth of this podcast, please, reviews, please. Am I begging too much? She says, okay, I swear. Please, reviews.